All right, well, we here at Fox Toledo love it when you watch television, especially when you watch Fox. But there's a growing concern that people are watching just too much TV and that it might actually be hurting our country's collective intelligence. Jennifer Rockwood has more in today's Rant and Rave.
What have you read today? Been watching the tube? Oh, I guess you are right now. Well, I'm preaching to you, but don't touch the dial yet. I suggest you go read a good book. Turn off the TV, and to quote Grace Slick, feed your head. A week or so ago, Steve Jobs of Apple said, people don't read anymore. 40% of Americans read one book or less last year. Whether or not that's true, reading and literacy is declining in our country. And I blame TV, video games, and our shortening attention spans. Do you read for pleasure? There's a theory called displacement theory, that folks are replacing reading time with TV time. Geez, that seems so much easier to do, but not so rewarding. Does TV affect literacy? Grover Whitehurst, who helped oversee a Department of Education test, believes that literacy of college grads has dropped because of the rising number of young Americans that spent their childhood free time watching TV and surfing the internet. He stated we're seeing substantial declines in reading for pleasure, and it's showing up in our literacy levels. I believe TV isn't just distracting our young people, it's standing between them and academic success. Developmental psychologists suggest a different kind of brain development for TV and non-TV watchers and readers. It may be that those of us in academia have not figured out how to teach this generation who learned to read on their PC and watching Sesame Street. They may have a different kind of literacy. TV emphasizes image, speed, sound, and certainly doesn't contribute to our vocabulary or our spelling skills, unless you watch it captioned, which some educators think is a good idea. We know there are correlations between TV watching and scores on vocabulary tests. There is simply no replacement for education that comes from the written word. TV viewing is an all-consuming pastime that has replaced time formerly used for reading. But not all TV is deterrent to learning. But how will anyone understand the Shakespeare references on The Simpsons when Barney quotes a line from Othello about a drinker, to be now a sensible man, by and by a fool, and presently a beast? Proust said reading was that fruitful miracle of communication in the midst of solitude. He also said to read is to receive a communication with another way of thinking, all the while remaining alone. So like looking through the binoculars or a kaleidoscope, a new perception comes into view, an insight. A good book can change you and help you discover what is inside yourself. Those black marks on the page can dance, and their life can give us acute pleasure, concentration, and take us anywhere we want, and maybe especially away from that glowing plasma screen or that cathode ray tube. I suggest you get a book today and read it for pleasure. Jennifer Rockwood, Rant and Rave.
Remember, you can catch Rant and Rave every Tuesday and Thursday right here on Fox Toledo News, first at 4. And as always, these opinions do not reflect the opinions of Fox Toledo or its employees.